Divine Love From Soulmate Lessons to Twin Flame Reunion by Ingrid Darragh. Chapter 1. What is love? One of the main reasons that we are here on this earth is to experience and to learn about love. Yet for many people, this can prove to be a life's work, an ongoing quest to find a partner, to connect with physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, that they are compatible with and that shares their values and aspirations. With divorce rates increasing, many people will go through more than one or even numerous relationships before they find this deeper connection that they are searching for. In her book, A Little Light on the Spiritual Laws, Diana Cooper confirms that although we have our free will, there are some pre-life decisions that our higher self made before we came to Earth, with these soul choices being made on the experiences that we need for our soul's progress. She describes it as being like buying a round-the-world ticket. There are certain stopovers and pre-booked flights that you agree to before you set off. So if you have experienced the pain of more than one relationship breakup or loss, you can take heart that this is, in fact, in line with your soul's path for this lifetime. It is indeed possible that the pain of a relationship breakup, divorce, or a bereavement can open our heart to a deeper level, which then connects us to a deeper level of our own soul. This then allows us to love at a much deeper level. I have certainly found this to be true in my own life. However, it is important to process the strong emotions involved in a relationship breakup or a bereavement and heal these so that we are not carrying that emotional baggage with us into the new relationship. I will mention here that it is mostly women that have come to my workshops and for one-to-one coaching over the years. So in this book, I have used wording that assumes that it is mostly women that are reading it. However, for those men or for those same-sex couples that read the book, please feel free to substitute alternative wording where required. Also, I have used the word God to represent divine source energy. If this does not resonate with you, please use whatever wording feels right to you. Please also note that the names of people featured in the client case studies have all been changed to protect their anonymity. So, what is love? There are various definitions and types of love. However, three common ones that are widely accepted are: number 1, eros love; number 2, philos love; and number 3, agape or unconditional love. So let's look at them. Number 1, eros love. Eros love is associated with romance and passion. It is based on the strong sense of attraction. It can be driven by our most basic primal instincts and often occurs in the initial stages of a romantic relationship. Most of us will have experienced this type of love at least once, if not many times, and it's often referred to as falling in love. It is based on usually physical attraction, and it can be very absorbing. People will talk about the feeling of falling head over heels or being swept off their feet, experiencing feelings of ecstasy and bliss. And these feelings of oneness and bliss during this period of falling in love are generally accepted to come to an end. Some suggest that they will last between 9 and 18 months. The rush of excitement can recede and each person once again focuses on their own self and ego traits can resurface. It can be around this time that one or each partner will realize that this person that they fell so in love with is actually not perfect, which does not comply with the myth that people often grow up with, that there is one person out there in the world that is completely perfect and that being with them will be easy and effortless in every way. Many relationships come to an end around this time because of this. In the real world, however, being in a relationship can require effort from both parties, with both needing to be willing to address whatever is coming up, be it differing views on managing the finances, perhaps raising children together, how to spend free time together, career choices, what constitutes a healthy sex life, family obligations. The list is endless. Number 2, philos love. Philos love is the type of love that we associate with close friends and family relationships, even work colleagues. Associated with philos love is that it is based on friendship, deep caring, respect, trust, admiration, and loyalty. It is said that friendship can be seen as a firm foundation for a lasting and successful relationship to develop. This allows time for trust and respect to be established, then stronger emotions to develop over a period of time. Philos love is less erratic than eros love, and it is more focused on receiving and giving, so it is a mutually beneficial situation. Each person is partly focused on what he or she can get out of it, but they're also partly focused on what they can offer to their partner. So it is very much a two-way flow of giving and receiving, whereas eros love can be more concerned with the self, with each individual focusing on their own wants or needs as their first priority. Number 3, agape or unconditional love. The third and even higher type of love is known as agape or unconditional love. It will be fair to say that agape love is a higher kind of love than philos or eros love, in that it requires greater levels of conscious awareness. It relates to our relationship with everyone and everything, our romantic partner, friends, family, even work colleagues. It is a love that is selfless, where a person will give love to another person even if it does not benefit them in some way. So they are not expecting something in return. Agape love sees the highest good in everyone, despite the behavior that he or she may be exhibiting at that time. It is kind, giving, compassionate, and focused on the highest good. It could be said that eros love is predominantly at a physical level, philos love is more at the mental level, and agape love is more on the spiritual level. Agape love requires that we love the other person and want happiness for them without having strings attached, without wanting anything in return. Conditional love is where we love someone because we can get something from them. We love them because that person makes us feel good, or because they do things that we approve of, or that we benefit from them in some way. If we love in this conditional way, we make the other person a source or the only source of love for us, rather than drawing on the limitless well of love that we already have within. Agape or divine love is limitless and without conditions or strings being attached, without expectation on what we can get from the other person, how they can fulfill us and make us feel good within ourselves. Agape love can be seen in the unconditional love that a parent often has for their child, which is usually there from the moment they are born. I certainly felt this for my child, even from the moment of conception in the womb. I immediately made changes in my life regarding what I would eat, managing my stress levels, taking the recommended vitamin supplements so that I could give my baby the opportunity of a safe and healthy development period in the womb. Following 2.5 days of labor, where my son took his time coming into the world, and then an emergency cesarean section following a few complications, he was a big baby. We laugh about it now. But when I finally got to see him and to hold my little one after feeling his every movement for the previous 9 months, it was such a beautiful feeling. This agape love has continued to grow and deepen over time. And many times when he was a little boy, if we were out and about for the day and he became tired or irritable towards the end of the day, I could see the underlying tiredness behind the behavior, and we would talk about this together. And I would assure him that Mummy loves him, even when he is tired and grumpy. And it amuses me when the shoe is on the other foot. At the time of recording this audio, my son Lewis is 17 now. So quite often the shoe is on the other foot, and he might reflect back to me patience and compassion and vulnerability whenever I am the one that's tired and grumpy. Agape love can also be seen when a child helps and supports their parent, or someone helps their partner as they age, or during a period of illness. This caring and giving is indeed selfless, with the carer focusing on their loved one and not expecting anything in return. Developing this higher agape love can take time and effort, and it can even be seen as an ongoing spiritual practice within a relationship. It is a healthy balance of giving and receiving, with healthy boundaries established in the relationships. Ideally, in a healthy, intimate, adult relationship, all of these types of love are present. Eros, love, which is the romantic love and physical attraction. Philos love, which is the friendship and companionship. And then also the agape love, the higher love. The highest form of agape love is beyond what we typically experience as humans. It's the divine love that God has for us. This can be seen as our highest aspiration, to love ourselves and others as God loves. It reminds me of the quote by Eric Fromm that says, "Immature love says, I love you because I need you. Whereas mature love says, I need you because I love you." I think when we reflect on spiritual love, the quote from 1 Corinthians 13 does come to mind. Yes, it can be overused sometimes, but if we really come back to it with a beginner's mindset and a beginner's mind, and if we listen to it, I'm going to read it for you now. "If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part, but when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. In her book, The Wisdom of Florence Scovel Shinn encouraged us to pray for the divine selection, telling us that real love is selfless and free from fear. It pours itself out upon the object of its affection without demanding anything in return. Its joy is in the joy of giving. Pure, unselfish love draws to itself its own. It does not need to seek or demand. She invites us to give this perfect selfless love and to salute the divinity in others. And as we send out real love, it will return to us. We will explore the attributes of divine love a little bit further in my book and in these recordings. But I will end for now chapter 1 with a quote by Eckhart Tolle. Love is a state of being. Your love is not outside. It is deep within you. You can never lose it, and it cannot leave you. It is not dependent on some other body, some external form. Thank you for joining me, and my book, Divine Love, From Soulmate Lessons to Twin Flame Reunion, is available in all good bookstores and on Amazon. It is featured in Hay House Radio and EFT Radio. So thank you for joining me. And if I can be of further support to you, please do check out my website, ingriddarragh.com, where I have some group workshops, some limited number of one-to-one support and mentoring. And you can also connect with me on my YouTube, Awakening Hearts 11, and on Instagram at Awakening Hearts 11. For now, I am sending you so much love and blessings from my heart to yours.